Hey, I'm Chris Cooper, and like every gym owner, I had this epiphany pretty early on that if I really wanted to be successful, I couldn't just keep getting better and better at coaching. I needed to learn how to sell my service. But I felt slimy about it. I didn't want to be a salesperson. I didn't want to be like the used car lot guy. So I had to learn the mindset that it took to be successful in the gym business, and I had to make that feel okay, or I would never want to do it. It took me years to do this. It took me a lot of practice, and it came partly from reading books and partly from mentorship and partly from sales coaches, but I had to make this my own so that I felt good about selling and getting people to commit to me. After I got good at it, I wrote this book, Help First, which is full of strategies and tactics to help you get more people to buy into your gym business and your coaching. Because you and I know you can save their life, but not if they don't sign up. So this book, Help First, is available through the link below. If you want to book a call with my team to talk about the two-brain method and how you can get more people signed up for a high-value service without feeling like a slime ball, you can book a call from the link below too. I'm going to go through this book. I'm going to share some of the strategies and tactics. It is chock full of specific things that you can do right now that will help grow your gym. This is not my best-selling book, but it's probably the book that most people say made the biggest and most profound impact in how they think about gym ownership in their lives. Most people would not say that it's my popular book, but most of them would say that it's my best. If you're a gym owner, you're going to have to learn to sell. Now, I didn't want to hear that either. So after learning and struggling for years and years, I wrote a book to help you learn how to sell without feeling dirty or dishonest. So here's what's actually in this book, Help First. We start with the question, what do people want? And that will guide us to learning who is our actual client and who is not. It's really important to know that you're not trying to market to everybody. You need to know who your audience is. You'll hear words like avatar thrown around out there, but ideally, you just want to know who you want to work with so that you can talk to those people. There's also a section in the book on why you can't sell right now, what's stopping you. And usually there are three big things that you need to overcome. The first is just confidence. We all have projection biases. We project our budget onto our audience, even though they're not broke gym owners. We doubt our science, right? We doubt our knowledge. We see other experts. We interact with other gym owners and we say, oh, I'm not where they are. You know, and this happens all the time. The second barrier is your ego. You think that just being the expert and being right all the time is what's going to attract people to you, and it's not. Man, I totally cut my own legs out from under myself when I started out. I opened up a CrossFit gym, and all these firefighters in town were interested. And they were all doing P90X at the time because there were no other CrossFit gyms, and that was like the most intense workout they could find. So they're all watching these P90X DVDs. This is 2008. And so I write this slam piece on my blog about why P90X sucks and it's for losers and it's boring. Well, that immediately disqualified all these firefighters for whom the next step should have been CrossFit, right? I insulted all of their intelligence and they all said, screw this guy, right? So that ego of always needing to be right can really stop you from growing your gym. The third problem, and this has come up more now, is that we misunderstand what value means. So we are intrinsically motivated. We like working out already. We know how to food prep. We have knowledge. We have motivation. We have a backstory. We have a history of success, right? We already have the habits that our clients don't have. And so we misunderstand what's actually important to them. We think that sharing science and graphs is really what's going to convince them to join our gym, but it's not. What's really going to help them join our gym is baby steps at the beginning. It's accountability. It's warm support. It's being the only person in their life who says, you're doing a good job. And that is all broken down in this book, how to do all of that. I'm a tactical thinker, and so I don't want to just say, you need to support people. I want to say, here is exactly how to do it. Here's how often. Here's the script that you can ask people questions and interview them on camera. Here's where you post that video, and here's how it's going to help you. So as examples, I'm going to go through a couple of the strategies and tactics in this book right now, and it is thick with them. I've spoken to people who have read this book 7 or 8 times and come away with a different tactic that they've actioned every single time. So I'm going to give you some examples of strategies, which is kind of like an umbrella term for a very specific path that you're going to follow with your marketing. And then I'm also going to share some very specific tactics, which are so specific that it's like a checklist. Do exactly like this. Say this to this person. Send them this sheet. Use this email introduction. Okay? So for example, the Maven strategy. The Mavens are the people at your gym who want to talk about your gym. They just need help starting those conversations, right? These are the people who brag about you, who are so in love with you that they're like evangelists for your gym. The problem is that unless you start these conversations for them, they won't have an opportunity to talk about your gym because they're not going to march up and down the sidewalk with your sandwich board on. They're not going to find strangers and start proselytizing about your gym. They're going to wait till somebody asks them, until somebody notices them at the Christmas party wearing a tighter dress and just looking awesome. So here's what we want to do. I've got some tactics in here for following the Maven strategy, like storytelling, like identifying their spheres of influence and giving them help in reaching the other people in their spheres of influence. I've got a great story here called The Car Ride Home. I've got some great tactical advice like help their kids, help their spouse, how to help their coworkers, how to help the people they play sports with or the people with whom they have hobbies. I think there's even an example in here about a woman who brought her scrapbooking club, again, 2008, into the gym. And now these are not people who are like, I need to lose weight, I need to start exercising. It's an important example, even though people don't do scrapbooking anymore, of how non-exercisers can be attracted by your Mavens. Mavens are crazy powerful, and this book gives you timeless strategies on how to attract and capitalize on Mavens and get more people like your best customers into the gym. Another strategy that I teach here is called co-branding. You have been the curator of an amazing, high-value audience of positive, happy people. Do you know how rare that is? Do you know how special you are for being the hub, the connector of that audience? Other people would love to have that audience. And some of those people can really add value to your audience too. And so the book goes into co-branding tactics, like how to use weddings to generate referrals between yourselves and hairdressers, wedding planners, bridal shops. There are other strategies in here for generating referrals from healthcare professionals, from other people who have overlapping services. There's even a strategy in here on how to get referrals from a financial planner and how to help your people get financial planning advice from somebody they can trust too. There's even a tactic in here for how to help the entrepreneurs in your gym grow their business through your audience and provide value back to those in your audience. This is really what a community is all about. People who go to church with a home builder hire that person to build their house. People buy their cars from the people that they went to high school with. That trust factor is tremendously important and it adds value to everybody's lives. It can also grow your business. And I break that down in Help First. Another strategy in Help First is how to help groups. So let's say that you get one soccer player in your gym. One of the best ways to grow your business is to expand your coaching to their whole team. And it's actually really easy. It's just a simple conversation. The best part is that this is helping the athlete. I'll give you an example from a hockey team. So I once had a group of 3 or 4 kids from a very high level rep travel hockey team. And these kids were about a year away from getting drafted. So they had everything on the line. Now these 4 kids had forward-thinking parents who said, how can I give my kids the best shot of getting drafted or getting a scholarship? And so they sought me out and they found me in the town and we did training and the kids excelled. But their coach wasn't really aware of what I was doing and he was kind of wary of it. And so he would say stuff like, nah, you need to be doing your cardio. And because he got defensive about what these kids were doing, he started assigning physical fitness homework. But of course, he's not a trainer. And so the stuff that he was giving them was like 1970s era 5K runs and bodybuilding stuff. Now my kids knew that wasn't the best for them, but they felt compelled to do their coach's homework. The coach was just protecting his turf. I understand. So one of the best things that I can do for that team, for that coach, for the kids under my care and that business is to invite their entire team in for a training session. And that's what we did. And through the summer, we ran 8-week programs for that entire team. Now, of course, this grows your business, but it's done from the perspective of help first. I teach you strategies for doing this with brand new gyms, founders clubs, sports teams, for working professional groups like Rotary clubs, and also for workplaces. You know, we brought staff in from a hardware store and had like a fun night for them. You can do it with birthday parties. You can do it with Cub Scout troops if you want to. The next strategy that's in this book is creating bigger audiences. So you need to be able to talk to strangers, and that's what marketing really is. So you need to be able to move people from attention, like just paying attention to you, to interest, oh, what's he doing over there? To desire, like they want to sign up for what you're doing, and then extend those people into other referrals. So every new client that you get in through marketing should result in 2 more clients through the referral process, and special events, and bring a buddy, and celebrations, and potlucks, and all that cool stuff. They're all broken down in here. We use stuff like Wine and Wad to invite women in to work out together. We've used coworker parties, birthday parties have been really fun, Ninja Warrior challenges for sports teams, and I break it all down in this book. It's thick. Like I said, you might read this book 7 times and take away a different strategy every single time. One of the bigger strategies that I teach in this book is called establishing authority. And I talk about how to build a community and a platform by using blog posts and videos and photography and podcasts and doing seminars, putting people on podiums. I go deep into how to do content marketing right, how to create good content, how to find topics to talk about on video or on your podcast by just identifying the big questions that your clients and your future clients have. It's all in here. This is really a marketing course more than it is an easy read. And you'll find yourself folding pages or putting sticky notes in here or highlighting certain text. You'll find yourself trying different things and finding your favorite until you build a marketing strategy that works for you. The last section of this book, Help First, is really how to build a marketing strategy. And I've got a great tool in here called the Brand Action Sheet. When we're mentoring people to grow their gyms, we have them try 10 different marketing strategies right off the bat, because I know that a lot of people will like one strategy over another. Marketing should feel comfortable, not icky, not gross. Sales should feel like you're helping people, not like you're tricking people. And you should feel like a successful entrepreneur who is doing things the right way. The reason that most people say, this is not my best-selling book, but it is their favorite book, is it shows them a path to build a business that they can feel good about. And that's why people quote this book back to me when I'm running a summit. This is the book that they asked me to sign. And this is really what made me feel great about owning a gym. More than just changing lives. It showed me that I could be a business owner who did things that I could feel good about and still be successful. That's Help First, and you can get a copy of this book from the link below, or you can talk to my team about mentorship and building the business that you can be proud to own from the link below this video too.